Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to some more Mega Man Legends. Now, I have to apologize. I know it's been a long time since the last part on this one. In real time, if you're not watching it, well, if you're watching this in the playlist, it doesn't really matter. But I came down with the flu, and it has sucked. Anyway, I'm still a little bit sick, by the way, so I apologize if I sound kind of bad in the commentary here. But we're going to Cardon Forest. Well, we're in Cardon Forest. We're going to Cardon Ruins. Well, hello there, sir. Can I help you? You're just running around in circles? Like running away from everyone? What do you have for us? Thought I'd come out here and look at the subgate. But I can't get anywhere near it with those pirates running around. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I forgot. I have not actually done this part casually in a very long time because in the speedrun, we actually skipped this bit. And so, man, it has been years since I've done this. Yeah, we used to call this the party bus. Anyway, talk to this lady before we go in. What do you got for us? I was looking for mushrooms on the other side of the passage when a tank rolled up out of nowhere. I'm getting out of here. Yeah, I think that's probably for the best. If random tanks start rolling in, and she just runs into the ruins. Instead of running for safety, she goes inside that place. Which, if you were to go inside there, there's like these ground reaver bots with like the antennas or whatever. It's not the safest place, put it that way. And here, though,
we've got to buy Miss Tron the
we
time
have
she needs to finish the robot.
big tanks.
Okay, everybody, on your toes. Let's show Miss Tron what we can do.
You got it. Okay. What do you want to do? Well, first of all, we're going to have to stay because we're the hero of this story. So we're going to have to continue on.
I've come to back you up, Mega Man.
Yay.
I may not be able to do much, but if you get in trouble, get inside the car, okay?
Gotcha.
Get you back to safety.
We have a shield, aka our support car. Come on, Roll. You can go faster than that. I could run faster than that.
A little bit more, Mega Man. We're almost there. If you get in trouble, use the car as a shield.
Yeah, you got it. Sorry, but you're a bad guy. I actually really do like this part casually, being able to do this. What we do in the speed run, what ends up happening is there's this little sequence break that you can do where you can launch yourself through the wall, and you skip every bit of this. Excuse you. Dick. You just ran me over. So I'm just dropping little bits of just speedrun knowledge. Right here, we used to do a thing where we would get rammed through the gate, but so what we would do is we would stand like right here or something. I can't remember. When she would almost hit us, you would roll towards the gate. But I'm not gonna do that here. Just do it completely normally without launching myself through. Although there were a few that we found before we stopped doing this entire section where you would get like on top the support car somehow from like this mountainous piece back here. You would jump on top, or just variations of it. It's pretty funny. But this place also has a little bit of a sequence breaky kind of thing where you can have two support cars be here at once. First of all, though, we're going to go in and heal up our weapon energy, our HP, and that kind of thing, because this is our first major ruin exploration. I probably should have talked to Data and been like, hey, can you drop some more lore bits? But no, probably not. We're just going to go on ahead and go in. I do like this place's vibe quite a bit. Makes the door sound like it's a really big deal. Look at that. All right, now we find our way going down into the first major area. Now, I will say, I'm going to nerd out a little bit. It's kind of stopping and looking around and looking at the walls and how this place is built. You can see like I think that's exposed circuitry in its own way. Although it would have been really cool if they would have had it like kind of glow in and out, to kind of indicate. Unless it is, I'm blind as shit here. Anyway, they have like this circuitry kind of thing going on. You have like this metallic paneling, but everything is colored blue in here. And to kind of stark contrast that, as soon as you look to the right, you see this yellow shield and this refractor or deflector, you know, whatever they call it, depending.
Can you hear me, Mega Man? I'm picking up high energy readings from close by. It looks like it's a refractor.
Mm-hmm.
And a big one, too.
It's a big boy. Yeah, I believe, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure in Japan they called them deflectors. And then, you know, the US over here we call them refractors. Quantum refractors. Anyway, I have to say it, for those of you guys that know. I have to give a shout out to Caleb Hart 42. The one time that I was watching him play it, we used to do this trick called JSS, which is jump spring skip. So the way this game works, if you're running sideways, you run faster. The same goes for being able to jump further. If you're running sideways and jump, he did this thing where, which we understand it now, but he did this thing where he jumped on top of this panel here, and he jumped completely straight, and actually was able to land up there on this ledge, and without getting into nerd details, we figured out how he did it later on, because before, it was only possible to kind of do it while jumping sideways, which we're not going to do that here in the playthrough. I just wanted to drop that in this playthrough as like a little bit of a memory that I have. Anyway, for those of you guys that don't know.
Is the refractor shielded?
Yes, it is.
Most high-level refractors are protected in some kind of shield. You'll have to look for the control console and deactivate the shield.
Yep. And as you can see, we have 3 keys here. We're going to have to find and collect those. Look how bright that thing is. Definitely giving off some energy.
Nothing? It looks like the starter's missing. It's probably hidden somewhere nearby. You'll have to find it.
Yeah, we got to find
Remember,
3 keys.
There might be more than one starter key, too.
Yup. Got to find 3 keys. This thing's being protected by this barrier. Also, I found it weird that this thing just kind of abruptly ends like right there. They have this like ceiling fade kind of thing happening to kind of give it like this like larger room kind of feel, because I mean most of these ruins, they just kind of like fade out to black, you know, but this just kind of like abruptly ends. They should have put some sort of like little border or something at the top to kind of make it look like it's in like a case or something. But I'm complaining a little bit about a PlayStation 1 game, and this is like one of my favorite games of all time, so I don't know. Ignore me. Anyway, we're going in. And here's the Jaco nest and that kind of thing. I'm probably going to destroy some of them for money anyway. Because we'll need it. As you can see from the beginning here, you can actually see a key right over there. Right beside that nest. There are some Sharkarusus in here. Those guys right there are incredibly dangerous. Don't want to be messing around with those guys too much. They are pretty much attack units. They are like their sole like programming is to defend these places. Like you have Reaver bots that are meant to be like, you know, like the defenders of these places getting essentially broken into by people or people like us, and they're meant to maintain this order. And you know, there are in each Reaver bot they have like a different role. Like they're not all like these major like attack units with like a crap load of like loadout to mess you up with. Some of them are just in here probably even cleaning this place to maintain it. This is pretty well confirmed by how these places are maintained. But as you can see, people have come, I think this might be organic, but people have come up in here and these walls are completely stripped of like the metal platings and such. Like it is now exposed to just rubble, like on the walls and stuff. You can see like the grass roots like coming down in here. But yeah, the Reaver bots, they maintain these places. Now, of course, some of them, like I said, are attack units, and they're meant to kind of defend, but, you know. I get really deep into the lore of these games, I'm sorry. Sorry for the jump cut. A little bit of a coughing spree going on. I'm still a bit sick. Just a little bit. The flu was kind of bad this year, essentially. Was vaccinated for it, but did not seem to matter.
I'm picking up a faint signal. That must be the starter key. Keep looking. There's probably a few more lying around somewhere.
Now, what you're supposed to do, run over here, lower that bridge down, and go over here. But you can also, you know, if you're doing the whole sideways running kind of thing, you can just jump here and make that jump. Pretty much just like that. But, you know, I just figured I'd show that just in case, like, I mean, I was already here. There's also this big jump that you could do where you can completely make that jump without even, like, grabbing the ledge, but that's for a different day. I think that's for when I go back to speedrunning this game again. There is also a funny little thing here. Later on, you get these jump springs where you can jump higher. Apparently, and I've done it before, you can stand on this little bridge here while it's up, and you can jump all the way up there and grab that ledge and just sequence break it. But, you know, by then, I mean, you know, it's worthless in a speedrun because, well, we don't have the springs here at this point. Anyway. See, now coming in here into this room is the first time we see the Furus. That's what these guys are. These are the Furus. Now, one thing I will say about the Furus that they have in this version. Get rid of that guy. One of the eyes that you see on them is completely fake. They just kind of like mirrored the texture. And so only one of the eyes on these Furus can actually see you. So I thought that was kind of weird. Like, see, he can't see me, but if he sees me, yeah, see, that eye can see me. But the other one that's on the other side of it can't actually see me because it's just a texture. It's almost like it's a mistake. So on the back side of these guys shouldn't even have that face like whatsoever, but it does. Let's see if this one does. Yeah, that's that eye. Anyway, but yeah, looking around in here, it's like not as dug out. It's not as dug out through here, but you can still see the circuitry, and this is colored differently, even though it's like the same textures as what was like outside, out front. There's a hole in the wall. We have an old doll. Here should be our grenade arm parts. Yeah, the grenade kit. We'll have to develop that once we leave. I'm going to try to collect everything throughout these places here, but if you guys see me missing some stuff, be sure to point it out and I'll have to go back and get it.
Remember the first time you went on a dig, Mega Man? I wasn't used to being a spotter, and you ended up getting lost underground for 3 days. Remember? We were lucky that Gramps seemed to help us. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been there.
Thanks, Roll. Always a good time getting trapped underground for, you know, several days. This pulls the conveyor belt that activates this, and we pretty much got to get this chest here that you can't open, by the way, just by standing here trying to open it. We have to let it get destroyed by this rotating thing later on. This crusher. I want to head and run through here. Hello, Furus. Get a little extra money from these guys if we can.
It looks like some kind of compactor or something.
Yep, there's the compactor. Don't run into it. It will kill you. There's your key.
Did you find another starter?
Yep.
That's 2. Only 1 more to go.
Now,
It's gotta be around here somewhere.
the normal order that I do this in is that first key that we got outside, I usually get that one at the very end, but, you know. Let's see here. This is money, right? Yeah, this is 300. Okay. Yeah, usually what we do, we'll come in here and get this one first, and then we'll get the one on the way out here in just a second. There's a second one. And then the first one that we got, that's the third one. But I guess technically in terms of like casual play, you're supposed to get that one that's outside first. Basically what I'm trying to say is you don't really have to get these in any particular order. You can get them in whatever order you really want to. Kind of showing the normal route through here. And, yeah, imagine if you were to screw this room up, you'd pretty much have to reload it because you can't make the jumps without jumping sideways. Or something like that. Aha, look here, we're back outside. Yeah, it's like people didn't really come up here too much and strip this out completely because you can still see this is plated. At least I think this is plated. And then you can see like the grass roots or whatever coming down from way above us. Down into here. We found our spring set. Now I will have to go back around and go the other way to get other parts of like the roller board and that kind of thing so we can do our skating.
Doesn't look like there are any big reaver bots here. Still, you better stay on your toes.
Yeah, that's the area that we were just in. Right down there. And as you can see, there's a door over there. Right there. Old bone. Gotta get the old bone before we leave. Right here is like your first little like running around kind of puzzle thing. You can see how it works. There's a button, there's a button, and there's a button, and this lets you out.
It's another energy barrier. I'm getting the same kind of readings as before. Do you see a switch anywhere nearby?
So, running sideways for this puzzle is a lot easier than doing it like the normal way, but you could just go like this. It's not too bad. I mean, the running sideways and just kind of weaving in and hitting them is a little bit easier. Now, skating through there and doing that for like if you have like the skates, if you're playing on easy mode, that gets a little awkward.
That's it. Now you should be able to access the console.
You got it, Roll. Okay. Casual jump down here. Let me see here. We basically got to leave. We've collected pretty much everything else. One thing I will point out, though, because we went through this door first, if you come down here and go around here, there's actually the door. There's a first door here, and I'll show where that leads in just a second, but we've already been through there. Hole in the wall, get some free cash. Actually, I believe this is quite a bit. Yeah, 2,300 zenny right there. Anyway, if you were to come through here, you'll see that this is actually the compactor's room right here. The only problem is if you were to have came, in here first, this plate is there and you can't go on through, so you kind of have to find your way around through to the other door. Just figured I'd show this because it is there, and that's a place that you can go to kill some of the furus and get a little extra money in the beginning, if you were to have to leave or something. Because if those guys do manage to hit you, it's quite a bit of HP. It is quite a bit of HP. And now we get our next cutscene. That's all the keys. What do you want to do? Lower the shield. His face.
Nothing's happening?
Yeah, a little weird, isn't it? A little bit weird. Anyway, we got a refractor. We can go into the special items here. And now we have 2 of them. We have all of our licenses. And we should be good to go. Actually, it shows that we have the keys as well. So now, basically, we leave. And I'm going to have to come back and go around. And this area that's up there, which I'm going to get to normally, we have to gather a couple of items before we go on, and plus there's some side questy type stuff that I believe we can go on ahead and do now, and I will go ahead and do that. I think before we head on though and go to the next place, I'm gonna go ahead and split the part, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.